Good evening. It's Friday, November 29, 2019 here in Cebu City. I'm Cherry Ann Lim, and here's all you need to know in NewsBits tonight. The Senate has approved the basic salary increase for Philippine government nurses. Nurses now get to earn 30,531 pesos a month. The budget for the salary adjustment has been included in the 2020 National Budget Bill. Here's Kenneth Torres for the details.
The Senate approved yesterday the allotment of 3.1 billion pesos for 2020 to fund the basic salary increase of government nurses. The budget was adopted to the 4.1 trillion peso National Budget Bill. The National Budget Bill now includes a special provision by Senator Panfilio Lacson, which is to increase the salary grade of government nurses. Under the new special provision, the base pay of government nurses will now be at salary grade 15 or 30,351 pesos a month. This is in compliance with the Supreme Court's decision, which states that government nurses should receive salary grade 15. The special provision in the National Budget Bill says that the implementation of the salary adjustment shall take effect when the decision of the Supreme Court had become final and executory, but not earlier than the start of fiscal year 2020. Lacson said the funds needed for the salary adjustment will be sourced from the 12 billion pesos miscellaneous personal benefit fund. The senator said government nurses need not to wait for the passage of legislation or the availability of funds to be provided by the Department of Budget and Management, as the funds will be under the MPBF. He added that by January, once the General Appropriations Act for 2020 is enacted, the salary adjustment is already taken care of. Kenneth Torres, NewsBits Tonight.
A police asset was shot dead inside her house in Barangay Suba, Cebu City past midnight today. The victim was the fourth member of her family to be killed in just 5 months. Here's Nico Tubo for the details.
A 40-year-old police asset was shot dead inside the house of her live-in partner in Sitio Missionaries in Barangay Suba, Cebu City past midnight Friday. The victim was identified as Vicenta Abanyo, who was killed by 3 still unidentified male perpetrators. Police Corporal Carlos Rizari of San Nicolas Police Station said Abanyo was sleeping when the perpetrators barged into the house and killed the victim. Abanyo sustained gunshot wounds in her head, mouth, and neck. Meanwhile, her partner was not around when the incident happened. Authorities believe that the victim was followed by the perpetrators on her way home from the police station, where she reported that her partner was taken by an unidentified man. Police found out that the man was the father of Abanyo's partner, but their whereabouts is still unknown. Authorities are looking into the possibility that the incident is related to her being an asset, but they are not discounting the illegal drugs angle, since Abanyo was allegedly a user and seller of illegal drug substances. They did not also rule out the possibility of personal grudge as the crime motive. Abanyo was the fourth member of her family killed in 5 months. The victim's father, Alejandro, as well as her relative Jun Ray Bok, was killed last June in Hitafe, Bohol. In July, Abanyo's brother, Nino Lito, was shot dead inside his machine shop in Barangay Pahinas, San Nicolas. Nico Tubo, NewsBits Tonight.
Here's a weather update with Kenneth Torres.
Residents in Metro Cebu will experience a cloudy weather with scattered rains and strong winds next week, said the Philippine Atmospheric, Geophysical and Astronomical Services Administration or PAG-ASA. Angelica Orongan, weather specialist of PAG-ASA Visayas, said Typhoon Kamori, which will be named Tisoy once it enters the Philippine area of responsibility this weekend, could affect parts of northern Cebu. The Weather Bureau said the typhoon is expected to enter PAR on Saturday evening or Sunday morning, but it would not directly affect Cebu. Orongan said there is a possibility that they will issue a wind signal in northern part of Cebu once the storm radius reaches 300 to 400 kilometers. As of 3 o'clock this afternoon, afternoon, Typhoon Kamore was spotted at 1,470 kilometers east of southern Luzon. Pag-asa said Kamore is expected to make landfall in Bicol region. Kenneth Torres, NewsBits Tonight.
More stories in NewsBits Tonight after this short break. For the latest in sports, here's Kenneth Torres.
The Philippine men's beach volleyball teams kicked off their 30th Southeast Asian Games with a victory over the squads of Timor-Leste on Friday morning at the Subic Tennis Court. The tandem of Philippines Team 1, James Boitrago and Jayron Requenton, swept Robson Javier and Christian Jean of Timor-Leste with a score of 21-13 and 21-16. Jude Garcia and Elmer Banuno, who bannered Philippines Team 2, also bested Timor-Leste's Team 2, Silvano Aduao and Denny Llanos Bello with a score of 21-7 and 21-16. Both Filipino squads took the early lead in Pool A against their opponents. The Pinoy Spikers are set to face Team Malaysia on Sunday afternoon. Meanwhile, the Philippine polo team will advance to the gold medal round after besting Indonesia yesterday at Inigo Zubel Polo Facility. The Filipinos will take a showdown against defending champions Malaysia on Sunday at 3 in the afternoon. Meanwhile, tickets for 53 sports in the SEA Games will now be given for free according to the organizers. Philippine SEA Games Organizing Committee Chairman Alan Peter Cayetano made the announcement Friday to make all events be accessible to the public. However, basketball, volleyball, and football will still require ticket purchases. Kenneth Torres, NewsBits Tonight.
To get the latest, visit www.sunstar.com.ph. Follow us on our YouTube channel and official social media accounts on Twitter and Facebook. I'm Sherry Ann Lim. Good evening.